Hi, it's Gene, retired in Mexico, and welcome to the channel. We ask one question here, which is, do they write them and sing them like they used to? Now, a lot of people, young and old, they think the old music is better than anything that's new, but I'm not so sure, and we're asking this question one video at a time. And today I'm going to do something, sometimes there's a video, I gotta watch it. I'm too curious, right? So I got this, I was looking at what's on KEXP, and recently, the third youngest performance they have on there, or second youngest, it's pretty new, I think it was hit in April, was a band that does a kind of music that I have never heard in my life. They're calling it powwow step. So this is two guys that are Native Canadians, First Nation Canadian, what we would call Indian Canadian back in the day. So now we say First Nation, but these guys do a mix of Native Canadian music combined with sound system, Jamaican sound system, and dubstep, and some electronica. Now, this is according to Wikipedia. They just dropped a new video. Maybe they're doing something a little different. I don't know. But I'm so curious, and so when I watch something for the first time, I think, well, I might as well record it, right? And you guys can come along. And I know this video isn't going to get a ton of follows, but powwow step, really? And you know what it does too? It comes into some of the music that if I have any weakness, I've listened to so many different kinds of music, but if I have three weaknesses, they would be soundtracks and film scores, Broadway. So all of that, show tunes and film soundtracks. I don't know as much as I could about that. Native American, or especially Native Canadian music, and then probably children's music would be the third. Speaking of which, there was a Blackfoot tribe band that made a number of successful children's albums. So that's a double whammy, right? And I've listened to those albums, and here they are, Native American children's music. So that really hits all my weaknesses in one little sweet spot. But yeah, let's go ahead and hit this up. I am really curious about these guys. So I haven't mentioned the name of the band yet. And they changed their name. So they used to be called A Tribe Called Red, which was obviously a nod to A Tribe Called Quest. And they changed their name a while back to Halluci Nation. So that's a pun on the word hallucination, obviously. But it's kind of clever because it's got nation in it, and they are First Nation band. So this is a 36-minute performance. I'm not going to watch the whole thing. So we'll watch, they seem to be a number of short songs. So we'll just roll with it for a while until I think we've got the general idea, and then we'll stop it. So here it is, Halluci Nation on KEXP. Thanks for joining me.
It's live on KEXP. I'm your host, Gabriel Teodros from Listener Power Independent KEXP 90.3 FM Seattle, occupied Duwamish territory. We are streaming live all around the world on kexp.org. This is a nonprofit Listener Power Radio, and it's my joy, it's my pleasure to introduce to you the Hallucination live on KEXP.
Nice beret, purple beret.
We are the hallucination.
Okay. Okay. I hear the Native Canadian already. These little figure dolls are fun.
We are the tribe that they cannot see. We live on an industrial reservation. We are
Powwow step.
We have been called the Indian.
They got that on a loop.
Native American. We have been called hostile. We have been called pagan. We have been called militant. We have been called many names.
Some drums. Okay, now we hear the dance and rap elements. And already you can tell it's club music and I'm not at a club. I'm here at home. But this would be great in a club. Got that nice bass.
And we sent out this song
Okay.
to our Prime Minister back home.
And as the minister adds that Canada will not be able to accommodate all Indigenous concerns, what that means is that they have decided to willfully violate their constitution.
I wonder if that's the Prime Minister. I don't know.
Mr. Speaker, sounds like a most important relationship, doesn't it? Why doesn't the Prime Minister just say the truth and tell the Indigenous peoples that he doesn't give a fuck about their rights?
Okay, that female voice. Hear more of the Native Canadian samples. That's great. So it works seamlessly with the electronics, right? No problem. So that's one of those dropouts that I read about where the music will just drop. So I hear a touch of that dubstep, right? Oh yeah. That really is seamless. Those samples go with those beats perfectly.
We are the Halluci.
And I'm still mystified by this. I've watched many DJs, and every single one of them, I just go, wow, how do you do that? I was a DJ once, but not this kind of DJ. Weddings and company parties. Just spinning records, right? This is a
nation.
yeah.
The human being. The people. See the spirit.
They got some equipment. So I think this is the third song already. Yeah. So we're about 6.5 minutes in, so I think after this song we'll head out of this. Hmm. Not sure what that sample is. But you hear two voices there in the, yeah. A lot going on in this song. Playing a little percussion, I think they're tapping on the, yeah. This sounds like they're moving into a new song. Well, maybe not. I did go to a powwow one time. I'm originally from Arizona, and my mom and Dad took me to a powwow somewhere in northern Arizona. I couldn't even tell you what tribe it was. I was so young. But I do remember it. Although you would think it was Navajo, for some reason, it didn't. My memory says it was not Navajo, but I can't tell you what particular tribe it was. So I'm going to go ahead and fade out of this. Wow, so these guys are very interesting. So what I'll say is, fantastic DJs, and yet at the same time, I have seen so many great DJs, right? So they're wonderful, and so are a bunch of others. I mean, it's such an art form, and I've seen so many people do similarly great things here. You think to yourself like, well, how can they all be great? Well, they are all great. It's really quite a talent that these folks have in it, and there's a bit of mystery to it for me because I've never worked with that kind of equipment before. But the way they're incorporating these Native Canadian sounds seamlessly with these beats is super cool, and it's a great way to introduce that kind of music. So I really enjoyed the Native Canadian samples. They were awesome. Some were group vocals, right? Some were chants, and some were usually a female that was doing some kind of just vocal, maybe not even with words. And then they would throw in these little samples, spoken word bits, maybe a politician here or there, or a woman singing, and they just brought in some other elements to kind of westernize. I'm not sure what word you would say, because obviously Canada's in the West, but I think you know what I mean. And I really enjoyed this. I find it something that I really don't want to put a letter grade or a rating on. And the main reason is what I stated earlier. If I'm at a club and I'm hearing this live, in a live room, I'm going to have a whole different reaction to it than sitting here in a chair. I suspect that if I was, like at the studio or at a club listening to this, I would dig it a lot more. And as it was, I really liked it. So I'm going to refrain from a letter grade, but I could see how a club performance would be awesome, right? Just wonderful. I was really getting into it, and I like their approach. I think it's unique. I've never heard anything like it before. So I was curious, and I wanted to just come along and with you, and hopefully, maybe a dozen of you will join me on here. But that's cool. It's something new and different, and we're looking at 21st century music, right? This is that. This is something brand new. This is something I did not hear in the 20th century. Nobody was doing music like this. So I like this, the beats and the samples with a bit of a message, I think, without hammering you with words or lyrics. They just incorporate these sounds and make a musical statement. Simple as that. So thank you for joining me. We'll keep the video short. If you like what we're doing, hit the subscribe or like button. It helps the channel grow. And it wasn't that long ago I was thanking you guys for helping me hit 100 subscribers, and I looked this morning, I had over 360 subscribers. So man, you guys are coming along. The channel's growing. I am very grateful. I do this for fun. I don't do it for money. You'll notice I don't have a Patreon page. I'm just doing this out of pocket. Going to try to get a couple videos ahead here because I'm taking my computer into the shop to fix a problem that I think when I get it back it'll improve the channel. So as we say here in Mexico, buen dia.